Hey, how you doing? Are you doing well? I'm doing pretty well. I'm eating some raspberries right now and enjoying my little morning. So, a lot has changed in the short 24 hours since I last streamed, in kind of a good way. So, full transparency here because I'm just letting it rip nowadays. That's the new meta for me. Um, so as some of you guys know, I had started streaming because it is my dream to create art, and that is not changing. It is still my dream, and I want nothing more than this. And I mean, I'll get more on kind of all the things that I want later, but anyways, I ended up receiving um, enough security to continue to do this longer than I expected at the rate that I am doing it, which is really good. Which is really, really good. Um, and so, with that being said, there are going to be some changes around here. Now, it's like super small, and in all honesty, full transparency here, I'm really kind of doing this stream today for me more than you guys, honestly, because if you're watching this, it's in the future. Like, you get what I'm saying? You're not, if you're watching this, you're probably watching like the playlist of streams and doing like the daily drawings or something like that. And so, hi from the past. Um, but yeah. So I was always serious, and even like me doing this, I've been doing this for like 2 weeks now or something, like roughly a month. It's more than 2 weeks at this point, but roughly a month, and like things have been going quite well, and I've been enjoying this. I've been having a lot of fun. This is what I want to do, and so this is like a fun like side project to me. However, I now have more time on my hands, and with that, I am going to be taking things a little bit more seriously. And I don't know, I'm at a place where I'm like, well, why don't I just see how far I can get? My deadline is kind of extended for how long I can continue to do this, feasibly without having to like do it a lot less. Because bottom line, I'm gonna be here always, no matter what. Um, doesn't matter the circumstance, I will be here. Um, but it's just a matter of how long and how serious I'm able to take it with how much time I have on my hands. So now that I'm in a position where it's like, hey, you kind of have some more time, I can take things really, really seriously. And so, like I said, some changes are going to be happening, and I'm going to be being a lot more serious about this. And what that means is I'll actually be doing this longer for hopefully a more sustained amount of time. Like, I basically have this until the summer to make something of myself by doing this full time. And not just the stream, but like art in general. And once the summer is over, I'll have to then reevaluate again and consider other options. But I now have a little bit longer of a time frame. So I'm going to be trying my balls off, as they say. My balls completely off, to the wall even. So yeah, these raspberries are like the worst raspberries I've had in a long time, but there's like a glimmer of good raspberry taste, and I'm taking it for the nutrition. Um, so yeah. Um, so look, guys, I'm a simple man. In life, there's not a lot of things that I want, and in fact, this would be a good opportunity to show you guys. So look, in life, There's not too many things that I really want. I will draw me first. I left my other pen downstairs, so look. Here's me. I always draw myself looking evil. I don't know why. It's just what I feel like drawing. So we've got me here. I have exactly one main goal in life. And that is to do art. To make money and do art full time. I don't need to be rich. I don't aspire to be rich. I aspire to do art because that's what fulfills me. I want to be Bob Marley rich. This is supposed to be a paintbrush. So as you can see, I have a long way to go. Here, I'll draw a pen too. So here's my pen. It's a brush pen. So look, I want to do art full time. That's my goal in life. Now, the way that I want to get there has been rather undefined. I've just been sort of doing art and not putting a lot of thought into the strategy and ways that I'm going to move forward with it. One sec. I'm getting a phone call. I'm on stream. Let me see if it's anyone important, then I'll go from there. It's not. So, the way that I want to get there has been unclear. Like I said, it's not been something that I've necessarily defined. And as far as what it looks like, I have not defined it the greatest either. As you can probably tell from the stream and also from things that I've said from those who pay attention, I'm the type of guy to shoot from the hip. I've always been that way. It is where I believe I thrive. I'm quick on my feet, and that's kind of how I've done things. And that's really good in the moment, and you can create some really cool short bursts of greatness from doing things like that. And, it also makes me more tolerant to taking risks and stuff like that because I'm just cool with it. I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it, whatever. However, where that falls through is something like a lifelong career. Kind of falls flat is really what I meant. And so I want to write things out plainly. You guys are essentially like my social contract with myself. I have a hard time with enlisting habits, and this has been like the most consistent habit in my life. In fact, I'll show you. I've been tracking it. I've been tracking some of my habits. Here we go. I don't know if you can see, but like when I have streaks and stuff, I get to track it. So that's my heat map for this year, which I know what you're thinking. You're like, Trevor, that does not look very good. And to that I say, this is the best. This is the highest my batting average has ever been. Like, this is a crazy run for a guy like me. Like, I just have a hard time with keeping habits up, even if I really want to do things. And that's for a whole slew of reasons that I'll probably get into, like, in a different video that's not a live stream, probably. But you're like, okay, what are we getting at here? Today, the plan is very simple. I'm going to detail the things that I want in my life. And I'm going to write a plan out on how to do it. Now, there's the one thing that I want. So we're going to be focusing on the art stuff today. I am going to make a more long form video that talks about all the things that I want probably. But since like my stream is primarily for art, this is where this is what I'm going to be talking about today. So first thing that I have that, you got to ask yourself when you're like, okay, I want to take art seriously. This is what I want. When you find out what you want, you need to describe it in great detail. So what does that look like in great detail, you ask? Looks like this. Number 1, I want the freedom to work, see if I can spell work right, on all different types of projects and media. So what does that mean? That means things like paintings, illustrations, videos, games, books/novels. We'll put comics in there, /comics. So these are really what I want. So I want that. I want means to live from it. And then thirdly, and then this is the last kind of specific goal that I have, is I want to leave great work behind. The reason I want to leave great work behind is because I want to be able to, when my time comes, look back and be like, these are some things that I've created that will contribute to society or other people's lives that go beyond me. I want to create something greater than me that goes beyond me. So these are kind of like my main goals. Now, can you see why maybe it's a bit difficult to plan for that? Because it's like, well, so you just kind of want to make stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty much what I want to do. So it's kind of like, how do we do that? So I have some ideas, and some goals and some plans. And that main thing is I need something that can put all this together and be a machine. Like, I need to develop something that encapsulates all of this and allows me to, is like the vessel for my goals. And so I think that vessel has to be some sort of brand. I think that's kind of the only way I can see myself being able to do that. So we'll draw another. We'll draw another thing here. Brand, and then I'll just draw like a little Circle and right logo. So I want to create some sort of brand that allows me to do this. Now, I'm a very social guy, so I would like to have a team eventually. Or, I mean, I guess that's not a specific goal, but it is something that I wouldn't be opposed to. But I essentially want a brand that allows me to do these things. And so, like, some things I'm going to have to work on is, like, brand identity, stuff like that. I'm just going to write little goals here. Oh, this pen smudges so much more than the other one. I want to make long form videos is really what I want to make the most of. Long form videos. And then subsequently I have to make short form because that's just how life is now, short form. And I want to put all this. I also have like some product ideas, so I'll put that like under this brand is where I will create all of my projects. So I am working on a project right now, which I have mentioned yesterday. The thing that we were working on with all those designs I was making, those are for a board game that I'm making with my dad because my dad loves board games, and I want to start a board game company with them. Like that'd be awesome. And so I want to use my art and I want to align it with a vessel that will allow me to create projects that I want to and also do art in this big like circle, you know, or like a web is kind of what I'm getting at. It's kind of like a web. Because there are other things I want in my life. Like I want to I want to lift up others in my life. So like my loved ones. I'll draw a little heart. I want to connect them. And I want to do things like give them opportunities to pursue meaningful goals. I want to give them my support and my provisions. And by that I just mean I just want to provide for them. And I think that kind of encapsulates the main things that I want. I want to give them my support provisions. We'll put in love too, because I love them, even though they already got that. But I essentially want to use my skills to create a brand, which is a vehicle to create projects, and use those projects to give my loved ones opportunities to grow and do things they want and live lives that are meaningful and adventurous and entertaining and fun and great. I want to be able to support them in achieving that endeavor. So, there's that. And I mean the other personal goal that I have really is I mean, really, the other goal that I have is to just be healthy. We'll do like a DNA strip. I'm not trying to be ripped or nothing, but I'm trying to eat clean. Avoid as many illnesses as possible. I want to be able to move my whole life. And preserve my eyes and hands. And this is so that I can create better art and run my brand better. And it's also so that I can be there for my loved ones more. So you can see how these kind of all circle. So I kind of want this web shape. This is these are the things that I want, and like what I'm trying to like work on in my life and go for. And so this stream is in part the documentation of it. That's really what it is. The videos and the stream is essentially like my whole brand is essentially going to be just me documenting these things. I also want to provide content, insight, systems, blueprints that teach everyone how to do the same thing. So for other people who want similar things, I want to be able to show them as well that they can and how to do it. And so, you know, that's kind of that. So, okay. Now that I have the things that I want and I've written these down, now we have to think about, okay, how do I achieve it? And today we're going to be talking about art. And depending on the timing of today, today's kind of the last. Today is going to be the last short day that I have. I mean, not ever, but consistently short day. And from now on, I'm going to be streaming like a lot more. Like 6 to 8 hours is what I'm aiming for. So, but anyway, so with art, I want to create good art. And so what does that mean to create good art? Okay. First thing that I want to, I have a couple things actually. Draw some arrows here. I want to be technically sound. So create good art. So technically sound. Gosh, why is this? Something is like clicking when I move, but I don't know what it is. I'm genuinely unsure what that is. Does that pick it up? Oh, it looks like I fixed it. Perfect. So I want to be technically sound. I want to tell good stories. And create things that are meaningful to myself. See if I can spell it right. Meaningful to self. Okay, so technically sound. So like, what does that mean to me? I could go on and on, but I essentially want to what this means is okay. I want to master foundational skills and I'll go into that in a second. The other thing that what I think it means to be technically sound is to also know when to break rules. So we're going to go down this skill tree first. And I'm also going to write with the smaller end of this pen. So know when to break rules. And really, what that translates to is just a matter of personal, developed taste and style. So what does it mean to develop taste, or how do we do that? Consume good media. Consume high quality media. And then also form own opinions. I definitely sometimes have a bad tendency of just like consuming other people's opinions and taking them as like facts. Like if I watch a movie and I like it, but I see Moist Critical say it's not good, I'm like, yeah, it's not good. Which that's like terrible. You shouldn't, you know, as much as Charlie knows what he's talking about, I also should just form my own opinion. So that is something. So okay, developing style. It kind of stems a little bit from taste, but developing style is just essentially having having the skills to do things incorrect in quotations and still pull it off. So adding your own little personal flair, right? I mean, that's basically what it means. Now, mastering foundational skills, I'm gonna write down a ton of stuff, and this is just what I want to master with art. And I think we're gonna move more into this stuff soon too. But what do I want to master? Anatomy, form, perspective, color theory, composition, rendering, mechanical, and organics. Pretty much like those things. And also drawing from imagination. Imagination. So that. Okay. Good stories. Yo, I live for stories. What do I want to do for telling good stories? Let's see. I want to leave consumers with something. Um, explore unique ideas. We'll say ideas and aesthetics. What do I also want to do in an ideal world? Well, I guess explore unique ideas is somewhat the same thing, but I guess what I was gonna say is do something new. Uh, is pretty much what I was gonna say. Do some new. Um, like I'm not necessarily trying to be a novelist, although that would be pretty cool. But like for example, like I have a feeling I might do some graphic novels and stuff like that. And I have like these good ideas for, or these big ideas for things that I want to do, and I just want to tell good stories. Um, I'm of the impression that through your story you live forever, and the tales you tell, because any good story has pieces of you in them, and if they're good enough to be retold, they will. So yeah. And the last thing is like meaningful to myself. That can mean like a lot of things, but one thing that I want to do is make stuff for me, not you guys. Sorry. I mean, it is technically for you guys, but making things from my heart for you. Make things for me. Um, this is finger pointing right at me. Okay, make things for me. That's one thing. Uh, another thing is protect ownership of IPs. Protect. Can't sell out. It's got to be. My IPs have got to be for the people, for me, and the people, not evil rich guys. So that's something that's important. So, and then, um, so what I want to do is focus on interest and innovation over profit. Like guys, I'm not gonna be a rich. I'm not gonna be a rich guy. It's not really what I'm aspiring to be. I aspire to be Bob Marley rich. I want to be rich in lifeness. Um, as long as I got a roof over my head, a big old jug of water and then a cup full of raspberries, I'm kind of happy. And maybe like a paper and pencil too. That would be nice. So like honestly, yeah, those are like the main things that I want. And so when you're setting goals for yourself, when you're doing things, like do this. I know this feels like a little bit redundant, but like do this. Create a genuine web. Do this and just make a big diagram that flows out from itself, and like put it on your wall, make it your background on your phone, like something like that to constantly like remind you. But in life, you only fail with one of two reasons: you give up, you stop trying, or you reach a plateau and you don't do things differently. What you do is you set a plan in place, you pursue that plan consistently. When you reach a roadblock or a failure, you set your sights on something lower and more achievable to make progress. If the step that you're trying to take is too big and you can't make that jump, hop instead, step instead, crawl instead. And eventually you'll get to that next stepping stone, and you'll be able to continue moving from there, And that's where it is. So like, okay. So I've got some time. Let's keep going with this. A little bit here. This is probably all I'm going to be doing for stream today. It's just this. And I think it's important to do. So you can go through and do each and every one. Like I could do my brand and stuff like that. I'm going to just continue with the art stuff. So like, okay, when it comes to mastering things technically, let's make a schedule. So it's good to make your goals as specific as possible. So let's say mastering foundational skills. If you don't have something to aim at, you'll never hit the target. So that's important to do. So like, okay, with anatomy, really what are my goals? When I want to learn anatomy, what do I want to be able to do? So my goal is to literally draw people from all angles. And I'll be more specific. I want to draw people from all angles. I want it to be accurate, believable, and visually appealing. Okay. So how are we going to do that, you ask? Good question. Hey, whoever said that, good question. I think first thing that we're going to do is we are going to draw daily. So when I draw daily, include anatomy practice. We'll say minimum 1 hour. So what does anatomy practice look like? We'll make a web. Figure drawing practice. anatomical composition study. And this is just me making this sound, adding a title to it. All I mean is knowing what the body parts are, what the muscles look like, stuff like that. I actually do know a decent amount of this, to the point where I could maybe say it's completed. Not quite, but almost. So these are the two things. Figure drawing practice, very simple. All we're going to do is line of action practice. So doing timed figure drawings. I'll just put timed figure drawings. Time fig draw. And then also draw humans from all angles. Angles. From imagination, I guess. So, okay. This is a good question. Like I said, you want to have like a goal. Define the details. Define your win con. That's a good way to put it. So this is my win con right here. Win condition. This is it. Very simple. Draw a human figure from imagination from all angles. From all angles. Once I can do that, I will consider this mastered. And then, so this is how it works. You rinse and repeat. You continue to write down whatever your goals are, and you just keep going. You keep making it more defined and more defined and more defined. And once I've done that for everything on my web page, like on that web thing, you're done. And then the rest of the time, all you have to do is schedule it. This is when I'm going to do this. This is when I'm going to do that. And that's easier or harder for people depending on what it is and who they are. Like for me, it can be kind of tough. So, yeah. But I really wanted to make this and sort of declare what I wanted. I feel like not a lot of people do that, really. But for me, I feel like if I don't speak it, it'll be this like secret. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like something that I like keep inside, and I want to speak it out loud so it can happen out here in the real world. You know what I'm saying? And it can become true. You know, if you can see it and speak it, and you have the courage enough to take action, it can happen. So that's where I'm at in life. I'm so happy and excited. Like, I'm not kidding you. I'm literally not kidding you. This basically past month, these past 21 days have been like the greatest days of my life. It's been incredible and amazing. I've had so much personal growth and development and fulfillment. And I feel so close to those around me, and it's just really, really good. And I feel like these first 2 weeks of me doing this was good for me to establish consistency in the habits and also shedding the bad ones, because I've been working on that too. Like shedding some of my bad habits. And it's kind of been a transformational period from becoming like who I was into who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where I'm at, and that's what's up. I know it's a short stream today and kind of different than the type of stuff I normally do, but I think it was just important for me to make this video. It was really important. I will be back tomorrow with a stream schedule. I will be more active on my socials and be like posting about it, and I will be advertising it, and we will be working on this right here. Practicing, making cool projects, working on stuff, working on the board game, and so many other things I have planned. Like, I have really big plans. So, yeah, that's it. As always, fellas, you guys are what I bear my heart for. I love y'all. And